So education, you went to Florida Southern College.
I did.
What did you go to school for?
Violin and vocal performance.
Okay. The two things that
Very
I feel,
marketable.
two of the things that I think make you really unique.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about your vocals big time. I did not know that's what you went to school for. That's why it's on my outline. I wanted to know. But if you look, violin and vocals are two of my notes.
Oh, wow.
So vocals, I feel, get lost a lot when it comes to instrumentation, just the delivery of a song, a message, a story, right? And like Billie Eilish is a good example of somebody I feel uses her vocals to tell a story
100%.
so well.
Yeah.
You are that way.
Thank you very much.
So I want to know I know there has to be a strategy there for you, right?
Yes, 100%. The first thing that I did, so you said you want to talk about my hiatus, and we'll get to that when you're ready to.
Yeah.
But when I began to write music again, the first thing I went for was focusing in on my voice and developing and leaning into all the things that people had hated about it growing up and in school. I wanted to take all of the things that I had ever been told not to do and get really awesome at it.
Yeah, make them better.
And make those things part of my sound.
Rebelliousness.
Yes. Because I had spent my entire life vocally and somewhat on the violin sort of being placed inside a framework that I didn't choose. And while maybe that can work for some people, I think at a certain point in a person's development, and this goes for just being a human, not being an artist, but also being a human, you have to be able to take all the information that you've taken in and start doing something new with it that only you can do. And everybody has that in them.
Right.
Absolutely everybody has little nuances that nobody else has. I have this really creepy ghosty thing I can do with my voice that I used to be embarrassed about because it sounded like my vocal was falling apart. Then I learned that I could actually do it on purpose, and I started using it all the time.
Right.
The same with yodeling. I learned to yodel from my granddad. People made fun of it. I was like, whatever. I'm just going to do a lot of yodeling now, and just pulling in all this stuff. People had told me not to belt because when I belt, my voice is abrasive. And I was like, am I supposed to be pretty all the time? Not really. Some things are painful.
That's right.
And the pain needs to be felt in the notes.
Yeah, you have to have an ugly cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is my rant.
But the vocals is what allows so much diversification within your sound. Like you can go. That's what makes you defying genres, right?
Yes.
You're able to go and yodel. You're able to do a Janis Joplin kind of edginess to the voice. Like that's there for you. And
Thank you for noticing that.
Yeah, it's all over. People would say it's all over the place, but it's so clearly organized. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I try to tell the story of the words with my voice.
Yes.
The way an actor would live a scene.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to do with my voice.
And it's so lost. Like that, what you're talking about right there, so lost on people nowadays. Like, I think so many artists just think they have to show up.
Right. Or even that they have to turn in a perfect performance.
Yeah.
Because that word perfect has come to mean sterile.
Yep.
And to me, a perfect performance is a performance that every single person can feel in their gut every time they hear it.
So cool. Yeah.
That's why I love Jeff Buckley.
Yeah.
Is a great example of that. You can feel it. Lucinda Williams is the same way. You can just feel her songs, the anguish in them.
At the end of the day, that should be what songwriting is about anyway, is
I think
feel.
So.
I feel like the biggest word is feel. Like you should have that. And if you're lacking that, what are you creating?
Oh, well, and who's it for?
Exactly.
My job is to help people feel seen, whether that's in their great days or in their low days. The gift of music is that you don't even have to be at a concert. You can hit play and you and I are living in a moment together.
It's great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. There's so much confidence in you there. Do you have a voice, an inner voice that's trying to talk you out of things at times?
Well, I used to have a voice that told me not to do stuff all the time. And then I kind of realized that wasn't me.
Yeah.
And so I just locked that voice up and then set the building on fire.
Is that simple for you? Just walk away from it?
No, it took many, 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 many decades of work and, the birth of 4 children and the loss of 2 and a lot of life, but there kind of comes a time where you can either choose to keep living at 50% or keep living disassociated, or you can dive in and say like, I'm going to feel all the beauty of this moment and I'm going to be present and I'm going to show up. And even if it hurts, it's a gift because I'm here.
Love it. It's a refusal to hide.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly right.
And I don't want my girls to grow up to hide.
No, absolutely not. I don't
want my son to change who he is.
Yeah, and you're present and, knowing that they're watching that.
Yeah, and if I screw up, I can say I screwed up. I mean,
and that's a teaching moment too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's very good stuff.